I'm Caroline Robinson. My territory is primarily based around Cambridge, and I started with Sandler in April 2012. Prior to joining Sandler, I was doing strategy consulting to the pharmaceutical industry, and I decided to change partly because I was looking for a change. I was looking for a new challenge, and I wanted to also develop some more expertise, particularly within business development. And I had always wanted to run my own company, so Sandler offered the opportunity to bring all of that together. So I never intended to get into franchising, didn't really know anything about it. But I was attracted primarily by the fact it was Sandler and what Sandler stood for, rather than because it was a franchise. But also I was looking for a quick ramp-up time. And I felt that a franchise offered that to me in a way that I wouldn't get with a business I was starting myself, or was less likely to get. So I did look at a few other franchise businesses, not to the same degree of rigour as I did with Sandler. It was more a case I wanted to be able to compare and contrast, because I knew nothing about franchising. So, actually, I suppose what I did know were probably very negative perceptions. So I wanted to see what was really out there, to then have something to benchmark Sandler relative to. For me, the learning opportunity was hugely important, and I just could see that I was going to develop and grow at an incredible rate within this franchise, and I really didn't see that in a lot of the other job opportunities I was looking at. But it was also the culture, the level of support I would get. Coming from big corporate background, I'm used to working within a very supportive environment. To then go to being essentially a one-man band initially, the wider culture of the organisation was important to me. I'm a people person. I didn't want to feel isolated because I knew that wouldn't work well for me. And I just got such a strongly positive feel that the whole Sandler culture, both within the UK and even globally, was very supportive and hands-on, and it's totally lived up to that expectation. I suppose I have a vision of what my business will look like and where I'm going with it. And my vision is very much that if I put it in a kind of airline analogy, I'm building my business to be a business class business. So, for me, the calibre of what that business is, the client experience, the value, the return on investment those clients get. I have very specific goals and visions that I'm working towards with that. I've got specific goals as well about obviously revenue that I'm looking to get, and profitability on top of that, obviously. I guess I've come to those points by seeing what other people have done within the network, and benchmarking relative to that. The benefits to me, I suppose, have been even more extensive than I was anticipating. If I look at the level of support that I've got from home office, I suppose that's my most immediate direct point of contact. The level of coaching, the frequency of coaching has exceeded my expectations. But also if I look beyond that to the wider network, both within the UK and actually even globally as well, it's been really supportive. I have people I talk to very regularly within the UK network, and to a certain extent they're mentoring and coaching me as well, and they're under no obligation to do that. But for example, one of the other franchisees in the UK, we talk on a weekly basis. I found that really helpful and supportive. But also, I go to conferences both within the UK and in the US on a very regular basis. and I'm meeting a much broader scope of the franchisees who are within the network. And constantly I am amazed by their generosity, both from the level of support, but just what they're willing to share. And they're willing to coach you and help you in any way that they can. And that is a very genuine sentiment that you get, or that I certainly have got, from everybody I've really met within the network, which has kind of bowled me over a bit. I suppose I never anticipated that from a franchise, from any perspective. I expect that more within a corporate environment. I guess I've been really impressed by the caliber of people within the network as well. Coming from a consulting background, I had amazing role models to learn from, and that was really important for me, that I was able to continue that. And if I look at a broad spectrum of the other franchisees in the network, they are people I utterly want to learn from. And they're inspiring people to be around and to be talking to and learning from them, and sometimes getting coached by them. I mean, to me, that's brilliant. You can't put a price on that. I'm married to Lewis, who runs his own business as well, and we have a little boy called Archie. And within the family, I also consider our 2 Springer Spaniels to be a key part of that as well. I'm quite sporty, always have been, so I ride, but I also do quite a lot of running. I'm building up to a quadrathlon in July, which is in Scotland, which is a ridiculous challenge to have signed up, to be honest, but it kind of fits, so the principles of it fit so nicely with the principles of what we teach within Sandler about setting yourself stretch goals and how you work towards that. I mean, that wasn't the reason I did it, because it aligns so nicely with my business, but it kind of reinforces that for me, I suppose. So yes, that's keeping me very busy at the moment with training for that.